Hello everyone. So we all are here for a live project session on mastering sales insights dashboard using Tableau. So in this session you are going to learn how to create a sales dashboard using Tableau data visualization tool. Okay. And this project will be demonstrated by Miss Alicia. She will be your trainer for this session. She is a data analyst and she is expert in the data visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI. Okay, she is having a good industry experience, and for this session, I have invited her to present you how to make a sales dashboard. And as per my conversation to her, she told that sales dashboard is something which is very much important in the industry perspective, because we have to show the insights. Every industry look forward for what are the sales happening at their firm. So how to create a dashboard, how to create a visual insights for the sales in the industry, she will going to demonstrate you. All right, so I'm going to hand over the session next to her. Yes, Alicia, it's your turn now.
Thank you, Nimal, for the introduction. I'm opening my camera. So, hi everyone. Today, I will going to tell you how to create a dashboard on the Sales Insight, including I will give you also a SQL overview along with that how can we do the same thing in the SQL also. So, not just give me 1 second. Let's start with the session here. So, I have created this PPT to make you understand the problem statement. Is my screen visible to all? Hi, Vinitha. Okay, so let's start with the problem statement here. So let's say I will speak in Hindi and English both languages. So to make you comfortable, so here we have a company named Atleet Technologies, and they are the manufacturer of the computer hardware. We have to create a sales dashboard for the Atleet Technology. So they do have a lot of customers, including Search stores, Nomad stores, Excel stores, Electrical Sarah stores, and their headquarter is located in Delhi. Along with the headquarters, they do have some district regional offices in some states. So, what the issue that Atleet Technology is facing right now, that their sales director is tackling and facing an issue that why there is a decline in the sales, and he wanted to find out that why the company is facing a decline in the sales. Next, the challenges. So, to tackle that situation, what sales director can do, he can contact the managers of the district regional offices and ask them why the sales is declining. So, the manager always told them that the issue we are not facing issue in the district regional. And they just sugarcoat the situation, that they just wanted to hide the real issue that district regional offices are facing. But sales director is not a stupid person, so he knows that yes, the company completely an overview he the company is facing in situation. Next, so whenever the sales director asks the managers to show them the data set, so what they do that they provide a lot of an Excel sheets to that manager, to that sales director, which cannot be easy to understand for him. He cannot take insights from the Excel sheets with having a lot of a data, more than the thousand of rows. So, what he told to the managers that please give me some simple insights, that, for example, Revenue breakdown by cities, revenue breakdown by years and months. Show me that who are the top 5 customers by revenue and sales, and what are our top 5 products which are giving us the most revenue. So these are the simple insights we have to create using Tableau dashboard to showcase the sales director. Are you all clear with the problem statement, or should I repeat anything? You can unmute yourself. So just assuming that you all are clear, let's move forward with the data discovery. This is the second steps. What sales director will do in the company to start the project. So what sales director will do? He will call for a meeting. In that meeting, he will call their IT team, their sales team, their customer service team, their stakeholders, and then they will discuss that how to tackle this situation. What is the purpose? What is the issue we are facing? That is the sales decline. Next step is to know that who all will be present in this project, like which team is needed for the project, for the Tableau dashboard, for creating this dashboard. So stakeholders, for example, sales director is needed, IT team is needed, marketing team, data analytics team, customer service team. All these people will be included in that dashboard. Third point is what is the end result. So when we create a dashboard, what we can expect from that Tableau dashboard. So it would be an automated dashboard, functioning dashboard, which we can provide to the sales director so he can see directly the insights of the dashboard or sales. Fourth point is the success criteria. So we have created the dashboard, we have submit this dashboard to the sales director. Now how can we assume that this dashboard is a successful thing we have created? So these are some points which can help us to know that yes, dashboard is successful. So one is like dashboard uncovering sales order insights with latest data available. So whenever our data set is changing, our database is changing, our dashboard insights are also changing with it. Second thing is sales team able to take better decisions after seeing the insights that what needs to be done and prove 10% cost saving of total spend. Third is sales analyst stop data gathering manually in order to save 20% of their business time and reinvest in value added activity. This means like whenever we have to extract some data from, let's say, any data warehouse tool, any SQL database, for example. So what we have to do after extraction, we have to do a lot of a manual work also, like merging the fields, merging the columns, delete some columns. These are the some manual steps a data analyst needs to be done. So that is reduced by 20% of the work. These four steps, which includes purpose, stakeholders, end result, and success criteria, is known as AIMS grid in the company. It is a project management term that's called the AIMS grid. So that's all. This is the problem statement. So what is it? We can start with the SQL ones. Just wanted to know that if everything is clear to you all, and let me, or do I have to repeat anything? Okay, all okay. So let's start with SQL Server. I have already downloaded the SSMS here.
पानी ढोल दिया बॉटल होती कर दी हाथ पैर में सख्त तो है ही नहीं बिल्कुल भी उधर से ध्यान रखना है, इधर से नहीं उतरेगी पेन।
So these are some commands listed already to create some tables. I will share this with you if you needed it. So let's start one by one. In the SSMS, we have to create a database. So a database is something in which we store multiple tables. That is called a database. So we are creating a database here that is sales. I can change the name like sales 2 because I have already created sales table here, and we will select it and run it. Let's refresh this. We have created a database in which we will store multiple tables. Here it is, sales 2. Now we can see the database currently we are using here is the master. It is a by default database and we have to use the sales2 database. So we have to use this command, use sales2, else we can also directly choose from here. These are the two options. So just moving forward with this, execute. So the database name is changed here. Just making it a comment so that it won't run. Now I can directly press Control A and execute. It will execute all the tables in my file. Sales to tables. Now we can see we have 5 tables, that is customers, date, markets, products and transactions. So we will work on these 5 tables. Let me start with a new query. Can close it. To see the data, select is a keyword in the SQL. So we are telling the SQL that select star means all the columns from customers. So give us all the columns from the customers table. This is a simple command. Let's run it. Here's our table. Similarly, in the customer table, we have customer code. That is our primary key in this table. We have customer name and we have customer type. So brick and mortar is something we have as a physical store. E-commerce is the online store. This is the second table, that is our date, in which we all have our date data. Here we do not have a primary key, but we can use date as a primary key. Select star from market. This is our third table. Here we have market code as our primary key, market name, that is our states, and zone. In the product table, we have product code as primary key and product type. That is the product type. Style from transaction is our fact table. So in this transaction table, we have our product code, customer code, market code, and order date. So these 4 are the primary key which are related to all these tables. So we are related to the customer table using customer code. We are connected to the date table using order date. We are connected to the markets table using market code, and we are connected to the products using product code. I'm so sorry, I'm not able to see anyone's message. Raised a hand. Yes, Suhail.
So I want to know about what is this data set?
It is related to the sales data. So that's why in a sales table, we do have our suppliers data, we have transactions of our suppliers, and we have the market data that on
Yeah,
which
I
market.
understand. I mean, are you share this data in anything or it's like open data?
I have actually, it is an open data. I will share with you.
Yeah, it would be really helpful. Thank you.
Okay, for sure. All clear with it? Any doubts still here? Can you please speak, because I do have to open the chat box again and again. Okay, let's continue then. Okay. So I will give you an overview of some basic commands here. Let's start with, so we are currently selecting all the columns from a table. Let's say we have to choose one or two columns or any column we wanted to see in a table. So let's go with select, and for, let's say we have to see the sales amount in currency. Say product code. We are asking SQL to give us select via a product code and sales amount from the transactions table. This is a basic command. Now, if you are able to see in the product code, we do have multiple duplicates, like product 1, we have different sales amount. In another row, we have again another sales amount. So just we have to, what to do? We have to group by our product code and give it an aggregation. So what we are doing here, we are asking SQL to give us product code, and for example, we have prod 001. So what in a total it has given us the amount in what total sales it has given to us. So it will then group by the product code in a single row and give us the total amount of product 1. We can do is to keep it in ascending or descending order. We can put here, we are giving sum of sales amount and alternative name, that is sales amount, order by sales, and we wanted to see the highest number at first. We can use the descending order. By default it is ascending order, so if you do not use the desk word, it will order it by the ascending order, sorted by the ascending order. So here is our sales amount grouped by each product. Understood till here? Okay. So let's say we have to see, we have transactions table here and we have currency in INR and USD. We wanted to see select distinct currency from transactions. So what it will do, it will give us distinct values of currency from the transaction table. That is different currency that is available in the currency column. We have USD, we have INR, and that is something which is mistakenly typed. So we have to correct this one. To correct this one, what we have to do, we have to make it only INR. To update it, we will use the update command. We have to update transactions. We have to update the transactions table. Set currency is equal to what we have to correct. We have to correct the currency and keep it as INR. Where to change it? Where currency is equal to INR /R. Now it is giving us this error. Currency. We'll tackle this situation later. I think there is some issue with the server. Transactions and currency. We do have currency column already, right? And currency. Okay, let's move forward. So let's start with the join. Here is our product and transactions table. Start from date. Okay. So we are selecting transactions dot star. This means we need every column from the transactions table. Next is we want date dot year. In the date table, we need year column. From first table name is our transactions. We can give an alternative name to transaction. Let's say we are giving it T and we are joining it with dates table. and we are giving the date table an alternative as D. We are joining both of these tables using a unique key, a primary key. That is, we are stating what is the primary key using on keyword. In the date table, we do have we can use T dot order date here is equal to D dot date. Where let's say we are giving it a condition that show us all the data where year is equal to 2020. This is the table sales to sales. Transactions. Okay. Here we also have to change it with the alternative name. So if we are using any alternative name for any table, so we do have to use that alternative name for all the queries. Yeah, executing this. So what we are seeing that we are having a column named year in which we have 2020 records for all the data. So this is a basic join command where is used to give a filter to the query that we are saying that we give us all the record that is related to the 2020 year. So where year is equal to 2020. This is a basic command. So any questions still here? Why we had to join? Okay. So let's say in the transactions table, we want year, and in this table we do not have an year column, but the year column is in our date column, date table. So we want to combine both of these tables to make it together a single table. That's why this is a need to combine two tables using a join command. Is it clear with you? Okay. So these are the basic commands. Let's start with these simple questions. What I have revenue breakdown by cities. So how can we do this in the SQL first? Revenue breakdown by cities. So we have to select our revenue column is in our transaction table. That is the sales amount. So we have, and our cities column is in, I believe it is in markets, market name, let's say. So again, we have to join two tables to bring a market name from the markets table and revenue from the transactions table. So here we will select the market name. And we want sum of sales amount from markets table let's give it a name M, and again we have to join. If we simply write join without the inner, it is by default the inner join. So we can write that join directly here. We are joining it with transactions table, name it T, on which column, what is the primary key? It's our market code. sales markets name. Okay, the query is okay. Revenue breakdown by cities. So whenever, one thing to remember is whenever we put a non-aggregated column and along with that we put an aggregated column. Aggregation means like we have performed some calculation on a field, on a column, like we are doing sum here, we can do count, we can extract average of sales amount. So these are some aggregation, and along with that we have put a non-aggregated column. So whenever this is the condition, we have to use a group by function in the SQL and putting the non-aggregated column in the group by. This is mandatory. So we have the revenue, sum of sales amount as revenue. We are giving an alternative name to the sum of sales amount to revenue. Again, we will execute it. So we do have all the cities markets name. Along with that, we have total revenue, that how much Ahmedabad is giving us the total revenue, how much Bangalore is giving us as the total revenue. So this is the query. Clear with this? Next, we have revenue breakdown by months and years. Again, we have revenue is in our transaction tables, months and year is in our date table. But what alternative we can do is, this was an example to show you that how we join two tables. But we can extract month and year from a single order date also. So let's see. We have to select, let's start with star from transactions. We have in our order date here. From this order date, we can extract our year also, we can extract our month also. How we can do that? We do have function here. We have year. We have to extract year from which column? From order date. And this is also a function, so that's why we can give it a name as years. Now we have to extract month again from order date as months. Lastly, we have to extract our sum of sales amount as revenue. From transactions. We have to group by. One thing to note is whenever we give an alternative name, like here we have given alternative name to sum of the sales amount as revenue. So this revenue, that is alternative name, we can only use in the order by command. In case we have to use it anywhere else, like say we have to use group by here, and year of order date needs to be completely copy paste here. We cannot use years directly here, it will throw an error. Except order date, we have to use the complete functions with all the queries. This is the complete query we have. These are our years, these are months, and this is our revenue. Clear with this? we have to show top 5 customers by revenue and sales quantity now. Let's see how we can do that. Top 5 customers by revenue and sales quantity. Select, we have to select customer, firstly select star from customers table because we have customers name in our customers table and revenue is in our transactions table. So again, we have to join two tables. Let's keep it here. We are giving customer as an alternative as C. We are joining it with transactions table and giving transactions table an alternative as T. We are joining it on a customer code. In T also we do have a customer code. So the two tables have been joined. Now we can select our columns from here. Let's execute it first. Which columns do we need? We need customer name. We need sum of sales amount. Say as revenue. Lastly, we need sum of sales quantity as sales quantity. First, we do have all of these data. We have to group by customer name because that is a non-aggregated column which needs to be put in the group by. Here we have our data. So we do have a customer name, we have revenue and sales quantity corresponding to that customer name. Now we want top 5. So before using top 5, whenever we have to order by something or whenever we have to choose the top 5 or top 10, any number, we have to use the order by statement here. We have to order by revenue and we want highest to lowest number, that is descending. Another column we wanted to order by is sales QTY, that we also want in descending. So now our data is in our descending form. The last step we have to do is now we can put directly, we need select top 5 customer name. This is the keyword execute and we will get our top 5 customer name who are giving us the most revenue and sales have been done. Most sales have been done. Any questions till this? Any question till here? All sorted? Okay, next is top 5 products we have to extract by again revenue. Again, we are using the select command. Here we have to join products table and we have to join the transactions table. Let's start with star. We are joining products. Give it a name as P. We are joining it with transactions table on product code. That is our primary key. Here is our join table. We have all the columns from products and transactions table here now. Now we have to choose our column and for using top 5, we have to use order by command. Let's choose first columns. We do not have product name here. We have product code. We can use the product code, sum of the sales amount, again as revenue. We want top 5 product code. Top 5 product code, sum of sales is revenue from products joined, and we have to order by. Our revenue is in desk format. Also, we have to group by our known aggregated column. This product code. Am I forgetting something? Some of the sales is revenue. Okay. One thing I forgot about is it is dot product code. Now it is okay. Dot product code. Okay, so this error was occurring because we do have product code column in both our tables. So this query was not able to identify that which product it has to return us. That product is code from the products table or from the transactions table. So that's why we have to mention p.product code, that we have to that query have to give us the answer from the products table, and from the products table it has to extract the product code and give the answer to us. So these are our top 5 products along with its revenue here. These are some queries we have put here and solved it in the SQL only. Any questions in the SQL? All sorted? Can start with Tableau. Okay. That's it. So I already have a dashboard here. This I will cover in the Tableau. This is a already made dashboard from my side. Let's create a new file. Okay, here it is. So this is our first screen in our Tableau, where we have to import our data. We have our data in our SSMS, Microsoft SQL Server. To connect with that data, I will click here, Microsoft SQL Server. It has already took the server name because it is downloaded in my laptop. Database, it is optional that what database we need. But I can write sales here, sales 2, let's say. Enter information, use window authentication would be okay. Let's sign in. All our tables, customer date, markets, product, and transactions has been listed here. This is our second screen. Whenever we import our data, we get this screen after that. That is our data source screen. Here we have our database list also. We can change our database. To start with the tab view, to start working on the tables, what we have to do first is we have to drag a sheet on which we have to start working. So I will drag transaction first, because all other tables are connected to this table. Now whenever it's automatically update, so we can only see the transaction tables here. If I go to the screen where we have to create a Tableau chart, we can see we only have the transactions data, but we need all our data here. So to make to that, we have to join all our tables to the transactions table again. Let's start one by one, that how can we join a single table to the other. Let's start with customers. Drag the customer table here, and a join will be automatically there. So this is our inner join only. Here when we click, we have to use a primary key using which both the tables are connected. Here it is automatically took the customer code. That customer code is in the transaction code and customer code is in the customers table. The relationship has been done. Next table is our date. So in this table, it is giving us error because it is not able to identify the primary key. In this scenario, we have to tell him that what is the primary key or what is the column which we can use to combine both of these tables. In the transaction table, we can use the order date column. In the date column, we can use the date column to combine these tables. Next is our markets table. Again, it is giving us an error. We can use the market code in the both table. Last is our products table. Let's drag it here. And it has created a join automatically. So all our tables are joined now. Sales amount is here and it is in USD format. Let's see. So whenever we drag a table in our canvas, there are two connections. That is, one is live and second is the extract. So using live, what we can do is whenever we do some changes in our underlying data, for example, in these data sets, whenever we change something in the SQL database, it will get automatically changed in our Tableau dashboard also. But what happens when we use extract is whatever data we have here, it will create a subset of our data. It will store only this much data and will work on this data only. Any upcoming data will not be updated in our Tableau dashboard. So this is a restriction in the live and extract. This is our snapshot of our data source, that how our data source is looking. It can show us 1,000 rows here. Using these, we can change our data types. And we have currency in INR and USD. So let's see what we have to do. We can change the USD to INR only. We wanted to change the USD amount, USD revenue to INR. To change it, what we can do is click in the sales amount, because we have to change the sales amount. Create calculated field. Here we can use a normalized amount. We are giving just a name to our calculation. So what we are saying it, if our currency is equal to USD, then what it will do, then sales amount multiplied by 74. Else, in case the currency is not equal to USD, else currency is equal to IND, India. Else, then give us the same sales amount. Do not change anything. End is necessary to write that yes, our condition has been ended here. So this is the calculation we are doing on the sales amount. Any questions on this? Okay, I'm taking it down. So here we can see that the INR values. Yes, we will tackle this in the tableau only. We have our normalized amount. So when we are seeing that in USD, in the sales amount we have 500 and I have converted it to the Indian rupee. Now we can use the normalized amount rather than the sales amount in our Tableau dashboard. So this is the sheet 1, what we have to create. First we can do is, let's say we are dragging a field in our canvas. This is known as our canvas. This is giving us the total revenue, that how much total revenue is there. Using, we can change the sheet name here. Say it's revenue. Let's start with this only. So this is our revenue value. We wanted to format this value to format any chart, any value, anything in our canvas. We use this marks card. This is for the formatting purposes here. Let's see, we have our total revenue here and this is our KPI, and we have to just click on the text. Here we are getting a label for our revenue. Let's say we are saying our total revenue is sum of the normalized amount, and we are making it more bold, increasing its size here, giving it a color. See, blue. Okay, and we can to format, this is our title of our worksheet. To format it, you have to double click on it and you can format our sheet name also. Let's make it bold, give it a name, revenue only. You can change the size, you can change the font, you can change the color, anything you can do. Apply. Okay, and this is our KPI. To make it more aligned, we can use these tools in the text only. We have make it at center. And let's say we want this value in millions. So what we can do is just click here, right click, format, and this pane will appear. Here we are seeing that we have a numbers. We have to format our numbers. Here we can use the currency and display unit as millions. So we have changed our value to millions to make it read faster. Similarly, we can create a quantity KPI. We are using a quantity KPI. And for that, we will use our sales quantity. Let's drag our sales quantity directly here. Again, we will go to the text, that is our labels. We will give it the title sales quantity. Make it bold. Same color. Okay. And align it in the middle. So when we create these kind of total revenue, total sales quantity, we need this called as KPI, and we use in our dashboard to showcase our managers or sales director that what is our total revenue, what is the total quantity has been sold. Let's start with a chart here. What chart we have to create is revenue breakdown by cities. Let's make it revenue by cities. Here again, what we have done in SQL, we do same thing here. Using control, we can choose two fields from here. We need normalized amount, we need markets name, and whenever we choose 2 or 3 columns in the show me tab, we have our highlight, we have the list of the charts that can be made using these two columns. So we can create a bar chart. This is our bar chart. Using this, we can give it an entire view. Using these, we can make it descending, we can keep it as ascending, and we can also use this swap option. What it will do, it will pull market name to columns and normalized amount to rows. So whenever we swap this, it will do this. You can swap it back, make it descending order. To do more formatting, like we have to change the color of these bars, we can choose the color option directly from here. Also, to remember, what we can do is whenever we put an aggregated column on which we can perform calculations like sum, count, average, let's say normalized amount. So whenever we drag a normalized amount or aggregated column in color option, it will give us the gradient color view. Like whichever city, whichever market name has the highest profit will give us the darkest color, and according to that corresponding, we will get the lightest color, darkest to lightest color, that is the gradient one. We can also change this gradient colors, like we have to go to the colors, we have to go to the edit color, and this is our list where we can choose any option available. Can use the orange one, keep it okay. And just we wanted to see the labels here, that how much Delhi, how much Mumbai is giving us the total revenue. We can again put the normalized amount to labels. It will show us the labels, and we have to again shorten it to make it more readable. Just go here again to label, again format, numbers, currency custom, and again we wanted to see it in the million format. Okay, we can align it to the center also if you want to. This is the alignment. All clear till here? Now we wanted to show revenue breakdown by year and months. Let's start with top 5 customers first. We need top 5 customers, or we can do revenue by city we have created. Okay, top 5 customers. To showcase our top 5 customers, we have our filters pane. But first we need to create our customer name normalized amount. I have chosen these two tables using control key. Now I will go to the show me tab, that which charts I can create using these two tables. Let's go again with the bar chart. Make it descending order. And we can see that a lot of a customer name is there and we only want the top 5 customers. What we can do is we need top 5 customer names. So that's why we will pull this customer name to the filters pane. A dialog box will appear. Here we have to go to the top. By field is means by column. We need top 5 customer name using the sum of normalized amount. Apply. Okay. So these are our top 5 customers. We can put normalized amount to the label. Again, we can format it to the millions. Change its color. Let's keep it teal. And change its alignment. In case you wanted to change the formatting of labels also, again, you have to go to the customer name. You have to format the customer name. You can format it from here. Click on the font. You can change the color. Let's keep it black only for now. You can make it bold. You can change the font size, change the font name. Any formatting you can do. So these are our top 5 customers. Next, we have to create our top 5 products. Here we want our product code and our sales amount. Again, what we have to do, we have to drag product code to the filters pane. We have to choose top 5 by revenue, apply and OK. Make it entire view. Change its color, whatever suits you. And put the normalized amount to the labels. Make it in center. That's it. So 4 tables we have created already. Top 5 customers we have created, revenue by city we have created. In case, just wanted to confirm one thing, like whenever we put an aggregated column, it gives us the gradient color. But whenever we put a non-aggregated column, let's say we have put the product code in our color, so it will give us the separate color for separate product. This is the difference in the dimension and measures. Let's pull out it. Any questions still here? All sorted? Okay, so we have created revenue by city, top 5 products. What we can else create? We have to create revenue by year and month. Let's say month. Month would be better. Again, what we have to take the sales amount, we have to take date, and we have to create a line chart here. So whenever we are creating a chart using any date column, any date, like that date contains years, months, quarters, anything that is related to date, always use our line charts. So we are creating a line chart here using the date and sales amount, but we need till month. Let me show you once again. So we have put our CIY date here, make it entire view. We are seeing year here, but we want month from that. So clicking on this plus symbol, it will drill down our date column. Let's say it is firstly showing our year, then it will show us the quarter, then again it will show us the month, after month it will show us the day. So day is our final drill down option. What we don't need is, we don't need day, we do not need quarter, we do not need year, we want month. This is our line chart. Again, we want labels here. Format it, currency custom, and we need to display it in millions. We can format it anyway, like let's give it red color. In case we wanted to format our month also, so let's say we have to make it shorter, we need only 3 values. So let's click on the format button. We will have this window. In this window we have dates. We can choose the abbreviation option. It will give us our months as Jan, Feb, March in a shorter form. These are some charts. So that is all with the charts. Now we can create our dashboard with that. Before going forward, I just wanted to confirm that everything is sorted from your end. Any questions? Cool. Okay. Let's start with dashboard. Here we have, first we have to change the size of our dashboard because it is too small. Go to the size. We can choose 1400 here. We can choose 900 here. It has increased our pane. Now there our sheets has been listed, are all charts. One by one we have to drag it here. Let's say we have to drag revenue. The difference between the tiled and floating is this. First, whenever we choose tiled and drag it here, we cannot freely move our charts wherever we have to place it. So try to choose the floating always. For example, I will drag the quantity and I can place it anywhere now. I can drag it here, leaving some space for the filter above. Make it shorter. What we can do, we do not want the quantity, so we can use the hide title option here. We only want the sales quantity. Now we want the revenue. Again, we do not want this. Hide title. Revenue by city. Can drag it below. Delete this. Revenue by month we want. Top 5 customers and top 5 products. Now we want something like a filter or a slicer to put it here. So whenever our sales director will click on that, for example 2020 year, all our dashboard will show us the values related to that 2020 year. To do that, what we can do, choose any sheet from your side. Let's say revenue we are choosing, and we will go to the year. We want year first, right click to it and choose show filter. And again we want, after year we want a month name, that is January, Feb, March. Again we have to choose our show filter. Put month name with after year. So we have two filters here, that is year and that another is the month name. Whenever we choose something in here, let's say we do not want it to put a slider as a filter, we wanted to change it. We have these options here from where we can select that what we want as a filter. We want to allow a user and another user to choose only single value from the list. This is one option we can provide to a person. This is the second option, that a person can choose one single value from the drop down. Another thing is a single value from the slider. A person can choose a single value from this slider. Similarly, we have multi-value list. A person can select 2-3 values. Multiple values drop down. Similar. Multiple values custom. Here we can type, but it is not recommended. So what we will use here is single value drop down. We can choose year here. Show filter. We are not getting those filters here. At least at most. Okay. So you can see the value of total revenue is also changing. One thing to add on is whenever we use two filters, like here we are using year and another we are using month. So these two filters are correlated to each other. So we want, like, whenever we have 2017 selected, so it will also give us the all month name available only in our data set. Let's say in 2020, it is showing us all the months, like from January to December, but we do not have complete months data. So what we can do to tackle this on month name, we have to choose only relevant values. This is known as cascading filter in Tableau. So whenever we choose only relevant values, now we can see in our 2020 we are able to see which month are available in our data set. It is not giving us the unnecessary after June months. Now move forward to the dashboard. What we have to do is click to the total revenue where we have put the filter. Select filters. What filter name we have to show? First we have to show the year. Take it to here. Another filter we have to use is month name. This is our month name. Here it is showing it as our list, but we can change it from here also. We need single value drop down. Make it to here. Small. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now whenever we click on something, it will not change anything right now except the total revenue, because we have applied these filters to the total revenue only. To apply this filter on all the charts, what we have to do is click on the drop down here, apply to worksheets, all using related data source. Same thing we have to do, apply to worksheet, all using related data source. Now if we change anything, it will change all the charts in our dashboard. Below this, we have options as objects. What we can do here is we can use a web page. We can bring a web page here, let's say, and we can use any URL we have to showcase to our sales director or our manager. We can mostly use the Wikipedia pages here. And this is a button. This is all just to make it more beautify. That's it. These are the dashboard's options. And this is something you can say our dashboard is. You can put a logo of the company here, anything you can do. That's all from my side. Any questions? Do you people have any questions in SQL, in Tableau, anything? All sorted?
Yeah, how can we insert the logo in the dashboard?
You can insert it using the image option here. Let's go with image, and you can choose your downloaded photo. Any other questions?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Divesh.
Okay, I had to ask something. Now that we made this dashboard,
Hmm.
after we have added new data in our databases, this will still be responsive.
Yes, it will be responsive.
Okay, and
So what we have to do whenever we do some data, add some data in our data set. So what we have to do, we just have to refresh it from somewhere. Like we have any refresh option in the data, refresh all extracts. Whenever we have some data inserted, it will get enabled.
okay, also another question not relevant to this workshop. So what does a data analyst do in the company? Because now once this dashboard is prepared, and it is also responsive and also continuously integrated. So how so does he like take some another data and start working on or maintains this? What does he do, data analyst?
So in my company, what my manager, he gave me continuous task to create dashboards, Tableau dashboards. So as I have created a Tableau desktop, I have to go to the manager to take his approval. And one thing needs to be sure is whenever our data set gets updated, it should also gets updated accordingly. Second thing, Tableau server. So Tableau server is very important part. So whenever we have created a Tableau desktop, we have to go to the Tableau server, and schedule refresh option is there, and we have to apply a schedule refresh. So what it will do, we do not have to just come back to the Tableau again and again. Whenever our data set gets updated, we have to again refresh it. This is not our duty. So what schedule refresh will do, it will refresh our data set automatically from the backend. Whenever we have done this step, our Tableau dashboard is completed with that. So there is some methodologies in another companies. Like my company follows the agile methodology where we have to give weekly tasks, like we have to create Tableau dashboards in a weekly basis. I have to use the company's spend data, company's savings data, and some companies give you a complete project also, that yes, they give you 2 to 3 months of a time to complete that project. This kind of work I have done in my company.
And how are you connected to the data scientist in the company? Do you?
So currently I am a data analyst. I'm not a data scientist because data scientist is something where we have to work on the machine learning part, we have to work on the AI, now we have to work on the stats. In data analysis, my main work is to create visualizations, work on SQL also. So these are some main work I have to do. These are
Yeah,
two platforms.
I was asking how are you connected with data scientists? Do you contact or communicate with the data scientist or
Okay, so
third
this is your
parties?
question. Yes, yes. So data scientist in my company, data scientist work was to handle the Tableau server schedule refresh. After creating, let's say I have created a Tableau dashboard on a Tableau desktop. I have to approve it first from my manager and from the people, from the regional leaders that is located in other regions, let's say Korea, Japan, China. After getting totally approved, then the data scientist has the role to schedule refresh it,
Okay,
because that person is a developer also. Analyst is not a developer.
okay.
Any questions?
And how can you create like live dashboard like from URL code? Like we see some of the they just build a dashboard and it can be set up through the API or URL code, so we can see about anywhere. So is it? Would you show about how can we create or you can create like live dashboard that we can see anywhere from the anywhere?
Actually, that is in my office laptop where I have used. If you people have heard about the Ariba SAP platform, where we have to, that is a data warehouse platform where we have to extract our data directly from. It contains all our sales data, contracts data, savings data, that how our company is saving. So these kind of a data is stored there. That is our, like a constitution, our bible. So we have to download data from there, from that data warehouse. And I use Tableau desktop only to create the dashboards here. And the Tableau server person is a different person. Any other questions, or did I have answered your question?
And how can like if someone have data analyst experience and also machine learning like data scientist experience, so how can he can contribute to the company, or how about his position will be in future? What is your view about your perspective company that you see?
So how a data analyst contribute to the company if there is a data science
I mean,
scientist already?
no, my question is like if someone have both of this experience, like data analyst at the same time also data scientist, so what can he do in the company? I mean, his next position will become like data manager or like something else.
Okay, so when you start with a data analyst, you need to upskill yourself, because the market demand is currently changing day by day. This is the thing that is happening. Like every person need Python, machine learning, AI, along with all your SQL data visualization tools. So they need everything in a person actually. So you have to upskill yourself. And after being data analyst as a person, the thing is, if you choose to work with a single company, there are chances that they give you a seniority. Like there are, I became data analyst first, then level 1, then I become data analyst level 2, then I become data analyst level 3, then I will become the data scientist. So these are some hierarchy there, that they used to give us. And data analyst 3 is the senior data analyst from the below levels data analyst. This is something we can achieve, but for that you have to work in a single company for years. But I chose to change my company after 2 years. Any other questions? All sorted? No, we do not use Tableau only. For a data analyst, there are also demand for the Power BI. We have SQL is mandatory. You need to learn SQL. And the SQL, Tableau, we can use the Power BI, we can use the ClickView. ClickView is also another thing we can use. A lot of a platform is there. Basic Python is necessity, including NumPy, Pandas. These are the libraries we need to learn. That Nimble can teach you better actually. Exactly. No, that is perfect. As a data analyst only you can use SQL and data visualization tool. These two tools are very important. Any questions left? Anything related to Tableau dashboard, SQL queries, anything?
And please share the data link, so it would be really very helpful to us to practice.
I'll share all the files with the data set with to Nimal, and he will share to all with you. Thank you, Nimal. Thank you, Nirmal. Thank you all of you for attending this session.